Hey y'all, it's Egypt, also known as Egypt the Goddess. I'm here today with TRSHY. Let's talk some trash. What's the worst breakup you've ever been through? Wow. The worst, I would say, when I was like 17, like literally senior year. Of course, everybody thinks they're like in love at that point with whoever they're dating in high school, their little high school sweetheart. And literally right before I graduated, right before we had plans to like go to school together, I found out he was cheating on me with another girl that he was already in college with, because he was a year ahead of me. So that was the worst, because the way that I found out, he literally, or she sent me a video of them together. I think she had blocked me off of like all of his social media. Like we never had no contact after that. And it was crazy because we were in a super long relationship. It was just that one video and then it was just over. What's something most people disagree with you on? Being very open about my opinion for everything. Like I just don't give a fuck and I'm very blunt. And I would say a lot of people, they'd be like, oh, like what's the point in like saying how you feel to everybody if it's gonna start an argument? Like I really don't care. I literally had a friend that would always tell me like, girl, just shut up. Like you don't need to have a comment about, no, I'm gonna comment. If I feel some type of way, I'm gonna say, you're gonna know. What's something weird that you enjoy? I don't know if it's weird, but like I really enjoy like crime documentaries. Like I'll watch that over a scary movie. I'll watch that over a comedy. I'll watch that over action any day. Like if it's true, real life crime, I'm obsessed. What? I bring a nigga over to my crib, that's the first thing I'm gonna put on, like you better know. What's a red flag you'll ignore if the person looks good? If they a hoe, I would ignore it because it's like, now I got their attention. You feel me? If you're really attractive and I feel like I could probably get you out of that phase, I would potentially ignore it. I just feel like I'm different. I feel like I'm wifey. Like once you meet me, like you're not gonna wanna fuck with nobody. Like I could cook, clean, all that, but also like I'm super talented and it's like, I'm my own boss. Like I do my own shit, I get my own money, I put everything on the table that you could put on the table. So it's like, you don't meet a lot of girls like that nowadays, I guess. What's on your sex bucket list? Fucking on an airplane. But I feel like a private jet, definitely a private jet. It gotta be a little bit more classy than just like the airplane bathroom. What's the nastiest food you ever ate? I'm really open when it comes to food, but no, I'm not gonna lie. I had snail one time and that shit was nasty. I was on a cruise, okay? Like everybody was like, nah, you gotta try that shit one time in your life. You know, I was around a bunch of white fancy people. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna try it, let me try it, you know. So I tried the snail. I'll never eat that shit again in my life. It was kind of slimy. It was like a slimy, like shrimp flavor. How many fights have you been in? Okay, cause growing up, like I was always just like fighting, like, you know, fake fighting. Then when I was like 8 or 9 years old, I beat a little boy up cause he was trying to bully me at the bus stop. Older, like I really didn't start fighting until after high school, which is crazy. After high school, when I started getting up in the clubs and shit, I swear to God, you meet bitches with the nastiest attitudes in there. So, you know, I had to throw some hands. There was a fight I had where it was like 3 girls just jumped on me. I beat all them bitches up. I was in LA. And then there was a few fights I had in Houston, Texas. Yeah, it was almost like every city I was going to, it's like bitches was trying to play me. You know, I'm small. Like, I'm already small. I'm not from here. I don't play that shit. The second I feel like disrespected, it was just kind of getting aggressive. But it was probably also the Hennessy that I was drinking. So I don't drink no more. Would I fart around my man? Yep. Take shits in front of my man. I don't know, I've always been like super open, like, and in relationships, they fuck with that. Like they got like super comfortable with me because of that. My last relationship, I would literally walk into the bathroom to go take a shit. And my man would come in right behind me and we would just have a whole random ass conversation right there. He'd be chilling, lighting his blunt, smoking, we'd be joking. Like, I don't know, my farts don't stink, my shits don't stink. Like, that's just what it is. What's the most unattractive thing a woman could wear? For me, it's some see-through dresses, girls. Like, you do not need to be going outside showing off all your goods. Leave some for the imagination. And trust me, a man will respect you way more. You do not need to be going out, titties, ass, pussy, everything showing like that shit crazy. Like, yeah, he might want to take you home, baby, but he ain't finna wife you up. What made you start taking music seriously? I would say what made me want to start taking it more seriously is when I started to realize all of these artists that are just like becoming big off of social media and they don't really go too hard. 1 minute, 2 minute songs going viral, you know? It's like you don't really have to do too much anymore as long as you're just like staying consistent and building that fan base. So once I see that people are getting rich over that shit, yeah. Are you more loyal to your friends or your partner? It's neither. Like, I'm loyal to both. The way that I would treat my man is the same way I'm gonna treat my girlfriends. And if any of y'all act any different in a relationship, I don't fuck with you. The same way you argue with your man and take him back, you could argue with your friend and make up. Like, I don't like that. The same way, like, you would cancel plans for your man, cancel plans for your girls. Like, I'm definitely a girl's girl. So, like, for me, it's always my girls over a man anyways. Like, come on. What would your porn star name be? I would say Honey. I like that name. Like, I'm sweet. You know, I'm like, you know, I kind of look like honey, smooth like honey, taste like honey, all that. Okay, on to the next one. What's the craziest rumor you've ever heard about yourself? That I was, like, fucking and sucking to get into, like, the industry groups that I'm in, and I ain't never had to do that, baby. I'm chosen, and I'm blessed, and I got my own motion. Yeah, like, I just come outside, I walk into a room, and, like, everybody's approaching me, working with me. I have a light that attracts people. I never had to do no extra shit or weird shit to get anywhere in my career, and I'm very blessed for that, you know. Do you have sex on the first link? No. There's nothing wrong with that. I just like to play hard to get. I just know, like, I've just heard from men speaking before, like, even, like, see it online in debates, like, if you fuck on the first link, they's not gonna respect you after. And I'm sure I've heard stories of people that said, oh yeah, I fucked him on the first link and we still together. Okay, but, like, it's just a majority of people will not respect you after that. And I'm, like, really big on that. First impression is everything. And, like, for me, respect is more important than anything. It's definitely more important than something, like, in the moment that excites you. I would say probably after a few links if I'm feeling you, but, like, there's really no rush on it. But, like, I'm more of, like, let everything happen organically. So it's like, after you passed all the tests from in the beginning, now if something was to happen naturally, like, we just in the moment, that's different. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to do it. No, like, it's more natural. A few tests before that. I can't just give this pussy to anybody. This shit is sacred, okay? What's the pettiest reason you lost interest in someone? Listen, if you've ever left me on scene, not texting me back right away, my mind gonna start. That's not my fault, that's your fault. You get cut off right after that. I don't give a fuck. You get blocked right after that. I do not like getting left on scene. I do that. I do the leaving on scene, not you. You need to always respond to me because I can't be having my mind wondering. The second my mind starts wondering, that's your fault, baby. Okay? Okay, y'all. Hey, it's Egypt. If it ain't trash, it's trashed. See you next time.